Welcome, wonderful people, to Shiro's Reflections. Today I want us to actually focus on this topic, which is actually giving out advice. We are in the advice section today, and let's see how it actually goes. And I got to listen to this TikToker who was actually saying that people give advice, but really that advice is criticism that is actually dressed in a cashmere sweater. And I got thinking, I got wondering, and I thought, that is really, really profound. You know, people give you advice, but really, they're just simply criticizing you. Have you heard about that sandwich method, where I give you a compliment, then a criticism, and then a compliment? What have you done? Gaslighting. If it is a compliment, it is a compliment. If it is criticism, it is criticism. If it is advice, it is advice. Let's stop sugarcoating some of these things. But really, it is true. Somebody comes to give you advice, not for your own good, but just to make themselves feel a little bit better. You know, when you're having financial troubles and your friend who has been blessed in the financial department comes to you and starts to give you advice about how you should be making more money. But really what they're doing is just to show you how much more money they have than you. You know, they're the ones who will come to you and tell you, oh, you know, like if you have 10,000 shillings, this is what you should do with it. Heck, I don't have 10,000 shillings. That advice is not really helping me. It is only making me see how much more money you have than I do. It is actually making me see how dire my straits actually are. So you're just simply criticizing my poverty, and yet you pretend that you're actually giving me advice. Now that is not to say that all advice is not good. I have been given advice in my life and it has helped me tremendously. But if you're just giving advice and you go without really helping, then you need to ask yourself, is this advice really helping this person, or is it just a make me feel good advice? And as women, we really are in that particular spot where we like to give advice, but we're just showing you how bad your things are. So your husband comes at 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is what you should do. Really? Is that what you do? Or God just blessed you with a man who comes home at 7 p.m.? See? It is advice that you're giving me, but it's really not helping me. You're just telling me how you have a man who comes home at 7 p.m. and mine comes home at 3 a.m. each and every single day. So what you're telling me you usually do, is that the reason why he actually comes? Or you're just simply making me see how bad my situation actually is? And then now let's talk about the other kind of criticism or gossip that you actually spread around in the name of, oh, we are doing it to help her. Oh, we are doing it for her own good. And this brings to mind those chamas that we usually have. Some are prayer groups, some are spiritual groups, some are just simply chamas where we meet for 1, 2, 3 other reasons. Let me talk about them as girls' hookups. How we usually go for those and we say, oh, we need to pray for so and so. And of course, everybody's like, oh my goodness, what's happening? And then we go ahead and do character assassination. You know, we assassinate that Shiro, we assassinate that woman's character, stab her in the back, and we finish her completely. But remember, we are only doing it because we really need to help her. Because we really need to, help her, or you think that you know better about her situation. And I wonder sometimes, why are we really like this? Why are women so competitive? Why are we always trying to bring each other down? Either Mara, we are here busy character assassinating each other. We are busy here stabbing each other in the back. We are busy here giving each other the wrong advice, And this brings to mind something I also saw on TikTok that was so hilarious. This girl, I think she plays this character that she's actually from a county, from this country, I won't say which one. But then now she calls the husband's mistress. And she says, oh, I have some advice for you. This is what you should do. A, B, C, D. And immediately she finishes, she said, oh, he's gonna leave you. In other words, Sometimes people are giving you advice because they are misleading you, either because they are going to benefit in your downfall, even if for some people it is just to feel good. So as you're being given advice, you need to also start questioning. This advice that I'm being given, is it going to help me, or is it helping that person even more? Talk about these people who actually come and say they're giving you personal finance talks, or they're giving you personal finance education, and then at the end of it all, they want to sell you 1, 2, 3 things that are going to make your personal finance life actually improve. I'm not saying those products don't work. I'm just simply saying that if somebody is giving you advice, you may need to ask yourself what is in it for them, because we are human beings and we always are going to be doing those things that are going to be benefiting us, not other people. So as you give advice, please be very clear on your goals, and tell the person to whom you're giving advice, this is actually my goal, this is actually what I want from this particular interaction. Now I want now to talk about now the worst kind of advice that we usually give each other as sheroes. I did this in my life, it didn't work, and so I want to give you the same advice so that it does not work. You know, it is my story that I want to become your story. And that really, really saddens me. Because as sheroes, as we grow older, we should be looking at the younger girls and we should be giving them better advice. We should be giving them advice that is actually going to help them, not advice that is going to make you feel better about your world view. And here, I know this is a very sensitive issue, but I'm going to address it nevertheless. We all know, for example, that a woman's or a shero's fertility is narrow. It's within a few particular years. And for most of us, we have actually seen the trouble of trying to fall pregnant when we are in our late 30s, 40s, 50s, and maybe even 60s, I don't know. So why are we lying to our young sisters and telling them that they have all the time? Why are we lying to them? When a girl comes to you in a crisis, why do you advise her in a way that is going to rubber stamp your worldview rather than that which is going to help her? And here we actually differ from our significant others. Usually our significant others usually tell each other, men usually tell each other, hey, I tried that, it didn't work, bro. Maybe you better not try that. But not for us, not for us. We want you sinking in our ship here and there. How many sisters or how many sheroes do we sit together and say, he tells you that you have to be home by 6 o'clock. Oh, that man is A, B, C, D. Really, it's not your marriage. And if that is the way he sees is best to run his marriage, then leave it. Let us stop giving each other advice that is not working for us. We are telling people, we are giving people advice so that they can fail like us. I don't know if I'm bringing it out very clearly, so that they can become like me. That is a problem that we have as sheroes. When we are talking about, say, even money, we want you to spend as much money as I'm spending, or let me rephrase, as I am wasting. If I bought an outfit for 30,000 shillings, I want you to buy the same outfit. Are we helping each other? And if you don't believe me, look at sheroes who work together. Look at groups of women. They dress the same. Chances are they drive the similar types of cars. They go to the same places and etc. Meaning that we are advising each other. But usually we advise each other in the wrong ways. In conclusion, I will say that advice is good, and it is up to us, the older sheroes, to actually advise our younger sisters, to actually show them the way of life, to tell them that this is the life that a woman goes through. This is how our body changes from one decade to another decade. This is the time of your prime fertility. If you can, settle down here, get your children here. It will be easier on the body, it will be better for society, and you're also in a better position to actually get a lifelong mate. Then from that decade, let's come to another decade where we are busy bringing up children. Then we need to tell our younger sisters, there's nowhere the party is going. Parties were there in 1920. I hear by then they were very good parties. The roaring 60s, women had a lot of fun. There will always be fun. If you have those young ones, stay home. It's just for a short time. Then you go to another stage, and even to the stage where we are starting to become grandmothers. Let us give each other advice that actually makes sense. If you are talking to girls who are in high school, then of course you're telling them that their education is very important. Of course you're telling them to put the right things in place, and you're not giving people the wrong advice. Let us stop giving each other advice from a place of jealousy. Let us stop giving each other advice from a place of regret. In other words, Shiro, what I'm saying is, if you're giving another Shiro advice, please try and do it for the benefit of that Shiro, not for a way to actually redeem your mistakes of the past or try to redeem yourself in the eyes of society. If you're going out and you're young girls and you're going out, and somebody is dressed badly, please tell them that color does not suit you. Please tell them that dress does not suit your shape. Stop telling her, oh, you look so nice, and you know that she looks like a clown. Let us give advice that is going to help each other. Let us stop being jealous of each other, and let us stop trying to correct our mistakes through the lives of others. It's bye for now.